Hi and welcome to another episode of Monday Market Outlook. Let's look at what this week has in store for us and use that information to plan our trades accordingly. Now, let's look back at last week's episode where we discussed a slew of economic reports that are coming out in the US. Let's look at their results. Last week, it looks like the PSEI was going to break out of its downtrend channel, and it did, no? However, in the last two trading days last week, there was a major correction. On Friday, the PSEI went down by 3.5%. No, look at this. Look at this drawdown, right? And even today, it went down further. So we did mention if this was a breakout or a fake out. And we were expecting this to happen already. It was already overstretched. The market rally was overstretched, and we were really expecting a correction. This is actually good news. I mean, markets have to correct, right? So for this week, what we just need to do is to try to identify some possible support levels where the PSEI might settle for this week and next week, and then look into coming back into the markets when that happens, no? So the first level of support here is around 6,377 or 6,350. The next level is around at this area 6,136. Now, if we draw a Fibonacci retracement line here, look, it corresponds to that level 6148, 6150, and 6416. We're now at 6442, so we are close to the 6416 and 6377 level. Let's see if the following days what happens at that support level. If it breaks 6,377, we're looking at 6,136. So monitor those levels closely, and when it bounces off of either one of these levels, you can probably look into entering back into some of your trades, no? Let's look at the net foreign transactions last week. Financials are again favorites for foreign investors, with BDO, Metrobank, BPI, and Union Bank as the top stock picks. We have industrials at the far second and properties at third. If we look at the individual stocks, we have most of the stocks pulling back. Ayala Corp, Ayala Land. We have Aboitiz Power. We did say 33.50 and 33 was a good place to enter. Let's see if 33.50 here holds. We have BPI probably 96, next support level. BDO, we are looking at entering at 122. DNL hit its resistance at 797. Now it's pulling back. Let's see if it can go down to 717 or 720. Most of the stocks going down, right? JFC, even Jollibee, GT Cap, Metrobank, they're all pulling back. Semirara, SecB, SMPH, even SM. Look at the drawdown with SM, right? So let's see if 886, if it settles down at 880. If not, 830, 828, SMPH, PLDT, Union Bank, URC, they're all pulling back. As mentioned last week, it was a really good time to sell, no? So if you've sold most of your positions last week, congratulations. But for this week, we are all just waiting for things to settle down. We are waiting for the markets to bottom, and then try to get back when we see a basing pattern and signs of a bounce from support levels, no? Now, for the US markets, we were monitoring the economic reports that came out from last week, no? So these are the numbers from the different economic reports, and as you can see, it's all green. And as we mentioned, good news is bad news. Job openings are up. Even the GDP, it's not slowing down. They're expecting 2.7. The previous GDP was 2.6. It's now 2.9. So the economy is not slowing down. Jobless claims, we were expecting 235,000 jobless claims, there were only 225. Non-farm payrolls, we're expecting 200,000 and it's 263,000. So the numbers are still good. So the question on everybody's mind is, how will the Fed react to these positive numbers? Are they gonna raise the terminal rate? Are they going to be more aggressive in their rate hikes? No? But as Fed Chairman Jay Powell said, they were just looking at 50 basis points increase in the rate hike this coming December. So let's see if they maintain that. The FOMC meeting will be held in December 13 and 14. So let's see what the Fed will have to say to these economic numbers. So I guess the same scenario for the US markets. It's also a wait and see week for us. Now let's look at the S&P 500 chart. The S&P 500 has hit its resistance trend line here. We were monitoring this trend line for more than a month. We've been monitoring this trend line, and we've seen the S&P 500 slowly climb up to this resistance level. No, so it's now at that level where we are predicting that it's going to pull back. Right. So far, it has followed this trend consistently, right? Ever since January, for the whole year, it has followed this downtrend channel consistently. So there's really no reason for us to believe otherwise, no? But it's not yet we are not yet in overbought territory, so who knows? It might go up, right? But it's going to be healthy for the markets to pull back a bit, no? And see if we can form a higher low here so that we can see signs of a reversal. Now let's look at an interesting chart here, US dollar rate. If we look at the US dollar chart here, it's actually nearing its support here. So US dollar vis-a-vis PHP is already at around 55 from its high during September, no? But this is the US dollar index. It's nearing its support at this level at around 12,834. It's now at 12,900. So is it going to break that support level, or is it going to bounce? If we look at its correlation between the S&P 500, look how closely the dollar movement has inversely affected the S&P 500. No? Every time that the US dollar appreciates, we see a drawdown in the S&P 500. Up, down. See here, this is going down. This S&P 500 is going down while the US dollar was going up. The US dollar depreciates, goes up, etc., etc. Look at this, right? So again, this movement, we will have to see where the US dollar and the S&P 500 will move on the coming 2 weeks, no? As a stock pick for this week, there's again for the US not much stocks to buy, except there's an interesting company here, Albemarle. It's a lithium battery manufacturer based in the US. Consistently, they manage to beat expectations and gives regular dividends. And if you look at its price channel, it's now trending up and it's at the lower end. It just bounced off support from its uptrend line. So if we will follow its movement for the past year, we can expect it to reach at around 350 from 284. So if you enter now, you can put a stop loss at 259. That's around 8%, and a potential gain of around 24%, 23%, no? So 1:3 risk reward ratio, not bad. So that's the only stock that I'm looking at for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find the information useful. Please do like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you.